Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, on the 23rd of December 2020, the day in which we find out that Christmas is not quite cancelled, but, well, it may as well be, because Boxing Day has just been shoved under the thumb. And you can bet your bottom dollar that the day after Boxing Day, which will be total squish day, lock up your daughters and don't come out of the house ever day, will probably have a new COVID direction from the government. But let's not worry about that for the moment, because so far we are free as a bell. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, to stay in our houses. But we have the Vobe Show to keep us company on these dark, dim and wet, miserable, drizzly, hideous, cold days with your host, Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi himself, Dickie. Tricky Dickie, the Richard Vobe. And here he is. Hello. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you managed to get through today. Have you been out doing last-minute shopping? Have you been on the Amazon phone saying, hey, you sure you can't deliver by Christmas? I want it before Boxing Day. Otherwise, it's no good. Have you had to take things back? Have you been queuing in the supermarkets? Have you avoided everything? Have you been drunk? Have you had your feet up by the fire? Have you been watching Bald Explorer videos or related ones in that fashion? Have you been reading books? Have you had your nose in the cooker preparing mince pies and all goody gumdrops? Have you been making bread? Have you been making cakes? Have you been doing anything? Have you been asleep? Where have you been? What is your name and where do you come from? All these questions and more we certainly hope to avoid asking. But let's find out who's watching the show as we perform, if I can find the cursor on the screen and scroll to the very beginning of time. And I notice that the lovely Julia is straight in the door there, ladies and gentlemen, at the front with her battering spanner ready to bash anybody on the head. Who is misbehaving? Who is she? This woman misbehaving. Never seen her. Station Master's Choice has come in. He says, wow, early start tonight, but I can have the armchair again. Yes, please make space for good old Bernie. It's nice to see you there. Who else do we have in there? Andrew Norris. He says, I use a Canon Leggera. I don't know what that means. I enjoyed a video about your cameras. Oh, I must say that you put my humble Canon Leggera and Nikon bridge cameras to shame, though I don't think they do a bad job for the amateur. Not knowing what a Canon Leggera is, I will take your word for it. I'm sure it is standing there shamefully doing whatever a Canon Leggera is. Connor's Dark Corner has swiftly popped in. Hello to you. Did you bring your little sad violin? You may be seeing a bit of that in tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to see it too. Kerry Baldwin, hello to you. Allotment Channel with Sean is here. Merry Christmas. Michael White says, hello, Vobes. And Billabong O'Neill, good morning, evening. Where are we? I don't know. Yes, hello to you too. Dean Cooper, waiting for it. Waiting for the show. Dean Cooper. Got a thing through my door from you. Let's have a look. Here it is. Bing. Hang on a minute. Bing. That makes it look bigger. Bing! A lovely card. Thank you so much. Dean and Fiona and all the family. That's very kind of you. Lovely. There we are. I've taken the others down because they were obscuring my features. There were so many of them that you couldn't see the wonders that is the Vobe, and we can't have that. So thank you very much. Where is it? Hang on. Let's put you just for the moment up there. Lovely. So we get a bit of that. That's very kind of you. Who else? Witchfinder General is also in. Evening to you, Richard. Johnson, the Lord Protector, wants to spoil the new year as well. I've not heard about the new year plans, but I'm sure that we've all got to go through a mangle probably to get rid of the COVID from any one of us. I suppose, I mean, the other day I was listening and the doommonger himself, Matt Hancock, was suggesting that we all go around and act as if we have the virus. So immediately I started to sort of be shallow of breathing, get a ventilator, lie prostrate on the floor and actually snuff it. And I think if everybody was to do that, it would make their life so much easier. But I don't know that I really want to comply with that. Josephine Suter is here. Hello, 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 she says. Nice to see you. Andrew Norris says, what ho? Of course, I've said that. Dave of Yore, hello to you. Elaine Whitelock, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming. Kate Evans, I got a new husky puppy. An early Christmas present. Oh, a husky puppy. What is a husky puppy? Is this for your little menagerie of animals? And how are the guinea pigs at the moment? We must see some pictures of these animals. I don't know if ever you've put them up somewhere, but we must see some of these pictures. Maybe go out with a video camera and take some video and send it in. We'd love to see the pictures. Ron Langley, Vincent Quill, Tracy Murphy, Marriott Genealogy, and Nootka Seaglass have slipped in whilst I was talking. At Home with Mindy is also here. Wilf Meyer, hello to you. And what else have we got there? Paul Cockrell, Robert Croser, and Edward Moulding, Jeff Kellerson, Merry Christmas. Nige, best wishes to the season and you and your family. Nice to see you there, Jeff, from America. Whereabouts are you at the moment, Jeff? Because I know he trucks around. It's nice to see you there. And my dog's got no nose. Oh, sorry, says Michael. My dog's got got sore throat. He's husky. It's not a husky dog, I suppose. Andrew Norris says, where's Ernie? Where is he? Where is Ernie? He's down in Dorset. He's perhaps in tier 5 down there, I think. Clive Waterfall says, I've got a combined wine glass bottle that Gary had at Linda Kane. Did you see it? No, I didn't, I'm afraid. I don't know what you're talking about. Michael White says, very picturesque. Ding. And Linda Kane says, good evening, folks. So there we go. Very nice to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me. We had some others. Not all of you out there will have been party to our reading club that we have at 4 o'clock weekdays. We finished a marvellous book full of dings called On Southern English Roads. And a gentleman called Dudley Sawyer, who's recently been added to our wonderful band of motley literature lovers. And after seeing the show tonight, we managed to finish the thing, and he came round, pounded on my door and said, here, I've got this for you, Richard. And he very kindly sent me a card with a hoard of cash in it. So he says, a little something towards your hard work, entertaining us all, keeping us sane as well. Happy Christmas and best wishes for the new year, Dudley. So thank you very much, Dudley. You may not be watching, but thank you very much for the card. I shall place that over there. That's very nice, isn't it? Jeff Kellerson says, I am in a frigidly cold Des Moines, Iowa. Wherever Des Moines is. Sorry, it's frigidly cold. That doesn't sound so good, does it? Ed Ovett says, a very Merry Christmas, a healthy New Year to you, Mr. Bulbs and all your viewers. Thank you very much, Ed. It's nice to see you there. And Kate Evans says, I will definitely send in a video of my animals. That is good news. I have a couple of extra bits and bobs here to have a look at, which we will do. But I thought, let's start. Let us start with a video tonight. We'll get cracking on these. We've got a nice fair selection today, which is fantastic. So let's go into the video box. And I think Gabriel's been out there doing a bit of alteration. That's the word I'm looking for.
Hello, Ashok.
Hi, bro. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, my brother? You good?
Yeah, it's chilly. Raining outside.
Yeah, I'm wiping my feet.
How are you?
Very well. Are you keeping busy?
Yes, I'm working, stitching and stitching and stitching.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Do you remember a while ago we spoke about some jackets I've received?
Oh,
and
you tell me the American, your friend sending for some jacket?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a friend.
Okay.
He's called Jeff Kellerson, and he likes a challenge, does our Jeff? And when I mentioned I wanted a loud jacket, he took me at my word. Now,
all right.
I have some jackets here, which I would like you to make larger. I'd like you to take one of them and use it to make the other one larger. If you can.
Sure.
So what I'll do is I'll get them out and show you. Can I do that now?
Yeah. Just one second.
I'll show you that. So these are the jackets. They are very loud, Ashok.
Okay.
Are you prepared for this? I mean, young Mr. Kellerson over there in America, he takes you by your word.
Oh.
So these they're very loud.
Okay.
Okay. Are you sure you can handle this? I mean,
Yeah, of course. I do.
Okay, then, ladies
I
and
do my
gentlemen,
best for you.
I present to you what I like to call the Kellerson coat. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is no holds barred on this jacket. Let me just hold this up for you so you can see it. This is a work of art, and this work of art I will be wearing on camera when I present my videos, so that you know it's me and you can see me, probably from halfway across the county of Somerset, but there you go. Right, so that's the jacket. Do you think you can work on such a thing?
Yeah, what do you want to do with this jacket?
Can you cut one up and use the material to make this one bigger?
Okay, so first I check for size for this jacket and check your size.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. And what size you are?
I've never been measured up for anything like this before.
Check your shoulder, so everything back is going okay, yeah?
Okay.
So putting your shoulder 20 or 19 half.
Actually looks like. There we go. So as you can see, it's pulling here across the top of the arms and.
Yeah, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to open back, I'm going to open shoulder back, I'm going to completely open your jacket, put extra cloth, and I make back jacket. That's what I'm going to do.
Excellent, excellent. Can the sleeves be a little bit shorter, do you think?
Sleeves, can you put your hand?
Not a lot. Oh, look at
I
those
can
eyes.
do actually, I can do and put your eyes outside. Here is the eyes.
Look.
It will be going like this, half inch I can fold back.
I've got my eye on you.
A lot of people saying we need a baby cloth, so I'm making a baby poncho, baby cotton trouser. So we have a lot of baby cloth now. So yeah.
So you actually make yourself a bag? Do you want to show me? Let's go and have a look.
Is it
Ashok,
there?
while we're here.
is the baby poncho with blanket.
Look at that.
Take a 15 minutes to make.
15
Small
minutes.
pocket.
Oh, look at the pocket.
Small hoodie.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? If there's
Small-
anybody out there who wants one of these.
Small baby trouser with blanket with a small pocket.
Oh, wow.
And the baby cotton trouser with a
Wow.
small pocket with
We
a small two
didn't
beads.
have anything like that when I was
And
a
now it's
kid.
coming more, doing every day making new.
If there's anybody out there who would like one of these made for their little kiddie, get in touch. Drop a comment in the comments section below, and I'll put you in touch with Ashok. And I'll also put his direct contact details in the information down below.
Making the baby pillow cover. So fix
Baby
this,
pillow cover. Look at
and
that.
after I can start your jacket. You can have a
Ooh.
jacket couple of hours later.
A couple of hours.
Yeah.
I have just brought in a jacket. No, correction, 2 jackets. This gentleman sitting behind me is going to take one of them completely apart, rebuild a new jacket from the parts that he's just taken off that jacket, and give me a fully tailored, perfectly fitting jacket back in 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ashok.
Hello.
Ah, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely fantasc. And how lovely of Jeff there to look after good old Glastonbury Gabriel. Jeff, very generous man indeed. He used to look after the Vobes show, and it's nice that he's now got Glastonbury under his wing and looking after him. And I look forward to part 2 of that video to find out what that lovely fit is going to be, because Ashok certainly looks like a man who's dedicated to the cause and certainly a hard worker, which is fantastic. And it's lovely to see all of that going on in that neck of the woods. So thank you so much for sending that in. Jeff says he's available for carnivals and fun fairs with the corn hat. We must get some, especially for the corny jokes that I use up in the show. So there we go. What have we got here? Ron Angley says, thanks, Gabriel. Michael White says, it's GG, not 5G. I don't think there's 5G in Glastonbury at the moment. I'm not sure. Nuke Seaglass says, I can't sew for toffee. If you could always try sewing with toffee, although I think that's a bit of a sticky subject. Paul Cockrell says the jacket's going to rack up some air miles. That's true. That is a bit of a shame. And Vincent Quill says, cool, Ashok really knows his onions. Talented tailor, he sure is. Connor's Dark Corner says, I feel sorry for Jeff's wallet. That's a good point. And Glastonbury says, thanks, guys. And Rasputin of Arlington says, what a fab shop. Don't forget, says Robert, to declare it as a gift, Gabriel, so that you don't have to pay all the tax. There we go. That is, I guess, an accountant talking. Marvellous. So thank you for that. We've got some more videos coming up, which will be great, and I'm looking forward to seeing those. Meanwhile, I've got another card that's been sent in here. Look at this little robin on a twig with some Christmas decorations on it. And this is from Sue, Adrian, Louise and Matthew. Now, in the summer during lockdown, I was sitting outside my door enjoying the sun. This is one of the sad parts of the next lot of lockdowns. How many people will be sitting outside on their step enjoying the sun? Well, I might enjoy the sun if it comes out, but I'm not necessarily going to be sitting on my step reading. So that will be a shame. But this wonderful family came past and they said, hey, wait a minute, you're Richard Vobes. And I said, how do you know that? They said, there's a massive sign attached to a hat that you're wearing on your head saying, yes, it's me, Richard Vobes. They said, no, we follow you. We follow your walks and we really like them. And they were so nice. And now they've sent me a card as well. So that was really nice. Thank you very much. How lovely to see you. That was on the 1st of December. So there we go. I've shoved that. Where can I put that? Over here, I think. We'll go in like that. We have another card here. Look at this. This is a lovely card. And this is from David Chamberlain, Dubai David. What was his handle? What's your handle, David, in Dubai Dozen? There you go. I'm looking forward to seeing some more Dubai videos from you, David. Very generous man. He did me proud on my birthday, and also for Julia too on hers. That was very kind of you. And we've got a card there. Where can I put that? It's nice to have all these lovely cards. By the way, the other cards I've taken that were on here, as I say, I took them down. They're all going in the main office, so I can look at them all day long during the Christmas period. And finally, here is another card. If, by the way, you sent me a card and I haven't read it out on the show, I must apologise. Sometimes they creep through without me getting them on the show. And this one is to Richard. Wish you a Merry Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Let's hope 2021 is a good one. I'm with you there. And this is from Jackie Trainer. Thank you so much, Jackie. Excuse me, I don't know whether you're out there at the moment. This is thanks for all your videos, chats, zany shows, sensible words. They do happen, she says, and for just keeping going. And that's very kind of Father Christmas there, although not actually in his bubble. I wonder if there were any cards with Father Christmas in his own bubble out there. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Where shall I put that? I'm going to put that here. Just try not to muck up the desk. There we are. Doesn't that look nice? A nice load of Christmas. And this morning a parcel arrived, one for Julia and one for me in the same package. And this came from a very weird sounding outfit, I have to say. I don't know whether you've ever heard of this. Nootka sea glass jewellery. Sounds very fishy to me. But actually, I can tell you, Nootka is a real mermaid and lives in a Norfolk cottage. She's collected sea glass for 45 years. Each piece of sea glass is over 150 years old, drifting onto the beach to be hand-picked by Nootka, who then cleans, polishes, smoothes, buffs and drills each piece by hand before transforming it into a stunningly unique piece of jewellery for you to wear and love. Nootka works in sterling silver, silver plate, copper and hypoallergenic materials. That must be quite heavy to have all that on, I would have thought, but hey-ho. Nootka Sea Glass, Treasures from the Sea. You can check her out on Instagram. At the instagram.com at Nootka Sea Glass. And this is the Nootka who is there watching. And she sent Julia a lovely... Julia's obviously taken it away with her. She came round earlier because she had to go to Morrison's to get nappies for little Joe. And so she popped in because I said, there's a parcel, you've got to come in and pick it up. So she did, and we opened them. I said, we might as well open them now because there's no show other than me opening. And so we opened it, and there it was. And a beautiful bit of sea glass with some other things on it, on a lovely necklace that she got. Absolutely looks amazingly gorgeous. So, yes, and so I'm sure Julia's probably already emailed you or thanked you, but on her behalf, I can definitely say thank you so much. That was it. Just looked really divine. So if anybody is looking for presents and they're belated presents for Christmas, do check out Nootka's website. Or Instagram page, Nootka Sea Glass. Brilliant pictures. I don't know, I suppose it's possible to... I might see if I can find them when we're playing the next video and see if we can get some samples up if you've got any pictures. Now, I, on the other hand, I didn't get any jewellery because, as you know, I love wearing jewellery. I have it all over me, dripping in jewellery, as you know. But no, I sadly didn't get any of those to add to my pierced ears and the sea hook that goes through my nose and the great big arrow that straight in the jugular. Don't have any of that. However, I did get a very lovely selection of second-hand books. Look at all these from the bookshop. And just to quickly go through them, really good. A Year of Sussex Walks for those that are locked down. Yes. Walk round each of your bedrooms and no, it doesn't say that at all, but very interesting walks with information about the various things that you would see on them, birds and nature and all of that. Horsham, Where I Grew Up, Then and Now, which is a lovely book actually of old postcards of Horsham and then appropriate postcards. But this was published in something like the 90s, I think. So it would be interesting to go back again. This is first published, was it? I don't know when it was. 1999. So 20 years ago, it'd be interesting to see what the changes are. So it's only up the road to the town I lived in when I was a kid. This is always handy. If ever the van breaks down, and as you know, I've got a toilet on board in my new van, and it's very lovely. But if ever it breaks down, I can always use the Sussex privies. Just make yourself at home, take a newspaper, and you can get over to the Sussex privies. One always needs a book about that, which I think would be interesting. I might put that in the... when my youngest son and his girlfriend move out the house, I want to have a little mini library in the bathroom. Now, I know they say you shouldn't really have books in the bathroom because they can steam up and get mouldy, but there's only me having a bath, and I'll probably only have tepid baths anyway, so I don't suppose there'll be any problem. And it would be lovely. That's the sort of book that, you know, when you're on the throne waiting for certain things to happen, you could have a little read. I quite like those. Arundel, postcards from Arundel from 1900 to 1980. Again, all sorts of interesting things, which is it's nice to have those little bit of tidbits to your head. Discovering Chichester and its district. Well, I shall be passing by Chichester in my Sussex border walk, kind of, and I might drift in there to do an extra feature, so I think that would be quite good. This one piqued my interest, Walking the Sussex Border Path. Now, I think there is an actual path, the Sussex Border Path, as opposed to the Sussex Border. I think it's permitted, actually, to take wine with you. Sussex Bordeaux, I believe. You can... yeah. Anyway, Sussex Border Path, that does look very interesting. And I guess that's very close to the border, but it's a public footpath. So that would be interesting. I can sort of explore that at the same time. And ghosts, of course, are always interesting. Ghost Hunter Walks in Sussex. Go on the haunted steps of others and see what ghosts you can find. So that'd be nice. Probably go at night with a torch. And finally, In the Steps of Thomas Turner. Never heard of him. Don't know who he is. Going to have to find out. But there we are. 18th century diarist Thomas Turner. And he was around in East Hoathly, according to the blurb at the beginning of this, which I had a quick look at. And it sounds like he's done some interesting walks, which might be another in the footsteps of, could follow that and make a series of videos. Would be quite interesting. So there we are. Thank you so much, Nootka. That's so kind. Look at that great big stack of wonderful books. And I love my books. If anybody ever was wanting to send me anything, they always know that books are the things that I love, and that's really handy. So there we go. Thank you very much. Absolutely love it. And the lovely Julia is saying she loves her pendant thing. Love it. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Let's see if I can quickly, before we go on, and see if I can find... Where's my... what's the name? We're just www.instantgram. How do you spell it again? Instantgram. See, I'm not very good at these things. I do have an Instantgram account somewhere. Instantgran. Oh, that's not right, is it? .com. Nootka. Glass. See what happens if I put all that in. It's going to say... Yeah, do you want cookies? I don't particularly want the cookies, thank you very much. Let's have a look and see what's on there, shall we? Here we go, we're on the Instantgram page, and these are some of the things. We've seen some of Nootka's videos, of course, and they've been very interesting. Curious to see, here we go, this is the sort of thing she makes. No, I don't want to, I just want to see the... No, just go away. Isn't it irritating? All of this, you have to sign in and be a member of something, but you get the idea. I'm not going to try and sign in now. How lovely are these? Look, Wonderful things. Wonderful things. Look at that. Marvellous. I don't want to go away. Bloody technology. Who likes it? Anyway, there's a lot for you to go and explore. I'll let you explore that. Thank you very much for that. And in fact, I think whilst we've got a moment, before we go to the phones, and I know you're all eager to ring in, so get ready with the dialing tone. But for the moment, we will very quickly go, well, not quickly, but appropriate timely, as it were, have a look at Nootka's latest, am I saying that right? Nikki, her real name is, Nikki's video that she sent in today.
I say, you're an absolute sharp. One of my favourite ever books. Homemade.
How about that? There we are. How lovely, and what a lovely looking place. We need more of those places, especially if they still exist and don't have a national shop like the likes we know. I don't need to give them any names of the big supermarkets. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nikki Nootka. Linda Kane says, I have to say that I have all of those books on my shelves, except two. Sad or what? Which two don't you have? I'm going to have a guess that you don't have that one in the Steps of Thomas Turner. And let me think, which other one of it is it that you wouldn't have? I reckon that you also don't have that one, Horsham Then and Now. Am I right? Am I wrong? There we are. Fantastic. Superb. Linda Kane says, I've picked up sea glass ever since I was young and lived in Brighton. Can't go on the beaches without looking and bringing what I find home. And sadly not artistic enough to do anything with them. Yes, so there we go. I tried to do my double glazing with a bit of sea glass, but so far to no avail. Linda Kane says I was wrong. This is a bit like what was that game that you had to, eliminate two, and so how many of those was I wrong on both counts, Linda, or was I right on one? That's an interesting thing, isn't it? We were going to have a go. Now, let's get rid of that. And people can, of course, call the Vobes on 0793 4746 790. Linda Kane, the first one I haven't got. So I was... the first one. See? You didn't have to tell me that. You just could have said you were wrong with one of them. So you haven't got that one. Okay, that's all right, but you've got that one. I'm going to guess the other one that you don't have is that one then. Ghost Walks in Sussex. That's Mastermind. Yes, was the game. That's it. Ed Wolf. Well done, Elfwald. Yes, the first one I haven't got. That looks like a great one to do, and in the footsteps of. I'm going to find out who Thomas Turner, the 18th century diarist, and... see what he had to say for himself. Does anybody know of him? Is he famous? Is he like who's that bloke that used to do the things, Dave? In 1666 that everybody does. who was a very Dickensian type character, but earlier. The diary that everybody does, whose name, of course, I've got on my shelf, actually, his diary. But I can't remember his sodding name, just when you want it. He would work for the Navy, didn't he, for a while, and he would go out and get drunk and fornicate with other women and stuff and not tell his wife Elizabeth. What the hell was his sodding name? Pepys! Thank you very much! Pepys! Edward John Pepys! No, not Edward John Pepys. Oh, he had another name, didn't he? Samuel Edward John Aloysius Pepys. International film star and moviegoer. Daniel Defoe, says Robert Croser. Daniel Defoe, interesting bloke, is the guy who started, if I remember right, was it Defoe? I think he is the first one that, who wrote Robinson Crusoe? It was him, wasn't it? He was the first one that you can categorically say started fiction as a genre, if I remember. Shoekeeper, undertaker, schoolmaster, tax gatherer, church warden, overseer of the poor, and much more besides. Thomas Turner, 1729, was an important figure in the village of East Hoathly, East Sussex, 9 miles north of Lewes, is where he was. And which is the one that has the priest's house? Is that East Hoathly or West Hoathly? They're so annoying that they have an East and a West. It's so, I can never remember which one. Nice one, Pepys. Yes, there we are. Good old Pepys. If ever you're a bit bored, it's always nice to have a peep into Pepys's diary. But what a thing. A shopkeeper, undertaker, schoolmaster, tax gatherer, church warden, West. Is West. Oh right, he was in the village of East Hoathly, and the other one with the priest's house is West Hoathly. How far apart are they? Anyone got a tape measure? The priest's house is in East Hoathly, says Dean Cooper. Thank you very much. There we are. Craggy Island has the Dave of Yore, Craggy Island has the priest house. I don't know what you're talking about there. Anyway, the phones are open. 07934746790 is the telephone number to call if you so wish. Don't feel you have to. Talking of books, I've been reading this book in tomorrow's video for the Vobes on the Bald Explorer channel. I'm doing my recommended books to read if you're short of ones. I'm nearly halfway through. Look, I'm nearly halfway through. This is one of those you can't put down. Linda Kane very kindly bought it for me for Christmas 5 years ago, and I'm nearly halfway through. Not even 5 days ago. It was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and it's a beautiful story, isn't it? And I've only got. I'll tell you what. Linda will know where I am. He's just being seduced by the pesticides, and he's just gone round squirting the thistles, and his father has bought into it, and she'll know that bit. And I'm assuming that he is going to suddenly realise, not suddenly, but after a while, he's going to realise that's not the way. At least I'm hoping that's how it goes, and he hasn't embraced this modern stuff. I'm hoping that he's going to turn around and go, this is not right. This is... so beautifully written, yes, and so easily read. As I love reading books, and as I get to the end of a page, I just love to rip that page out and let it, put it on the fire, never to actually see it again, because you've read it. You don't need to read it. I don't do that. Who does that? I mean, it sounds a sensible thing, doesn't it? You've read the page, so get rid of it. But of course, I keep books. I don't always go back to the books, but I can't get rid of them. It's like my equipment that I've got equipment that doesn't work. I don't know what to do with it, but throwing it in the bin just seems like, where's it going to end up? This lovely bit of old equipment that has a life, had a life, and all of that. Michael White says GG has a hack jacket. Not sure what a hack jacket is. I know what a straight jacket is, and I've often been people have attempted to put me... Yes, I know. You hear again, the men in the white coats, they're circling around like vultures. Dean Cooper says the two Hoathleys are 10 miles apart. Thank you very much. 10 miles. I wonder if there's Middle Hoathly. And which came first, east or west? Marriott Genealogy says, "G'day there, Richard. Abo and fly Qantas to Australia, though not at the moment when there's a quarantine on there. Call that a knife? That's not a knife. He says, my relative John, what was his name? Who was the John? What was his name in the Elephant Man? John Merrick. Oh yes, John. My name is John Merrick. Do you remember the Elephant Man? That was a great film. John Hurt was in it. My name is John Merrick. Lovely, lovely. Absolute shower, I say. Absolute. Are you a cad? Really nice little filly. Good old Terry Thomas. We saw that in the last video. My relative John Marriott was church warden and overseer of moneys for the poor at Houghton in the mid-1700s, says Marriott genealogy. Really? And it's funny, what, Houghton up near Arran. Wait a minute, let's just have a little look there because we've got a book about that. What did you say his name was? John Marriott. John Marriott. Oh yeah, here we go. John Marriott, it says here. Let's have it. I've just lost the page. It says there was the church warden and overseer of moneys for the poor in the 1700s. He used to go around. It says, "Good day there, sport. You got any money for us? Come on now. I need to get some for build up my new billabong. I'm going to get some kangaroos here, boy. Now, oh dear. Looks like there's a bit of a bushfire going on there. You want to do something about that? I'll have to go and get the Lord of the Manor onto you." That was him. Down to a T. Absolutely down to a T. Anyway, Ed, At Home with Mindy says Trioli. Oh, hang on. I used to throw books out and now can't find them anywhere. Looking for the Rats, Trioli by James Herbert. Yes. Anyway, I think nobody's calling the Vobes tonight, so that's that done then. That was the phone-in slot. If you didn't ring, tough titties. Let's go back and have a look and see if there's any videolia in the pot. There is. Mike Stevens. Oh, and Mike Dixon, by the way, came in earlier, and I didn't say Mike Dixon and Bella. We haven't had a Mike Dixon video for a while. Eric, are you stopping us from watching Mike Dixon for some reason? And Bella?
That's right, sir. I'm trying to, but we haven't seen any, sir.
Oh, that's a shame. We enjoy the Mike Dixon videos. I was hoping to do, what's that thing called when you have a whole load of DVDs and you watch them back to back? There's a word, isn't it, where I can't remember, you sort of have a surge of them. There's a technical term that people use in common parlance, of which clearly I haven't got. Anyway, I was hoping to have a festoon of Mike Dixon and Bella videos to watch over the Christmas period, because I don't have a television, so... But anyway, Mike Stevens, binge. Thank you. Jeff Kellerson's got the word. Binge. Good bit of binge. I was going to watch a binge. Good job I spelt that correctly. Yes, absolutely. That was it. A binge watching of Mike Dixon's videos. Fantastic stuff. But we've got Mike Stevens in tonight. So prepare yourself for a vintage bit of poetry appropriate to the season.
There she is, little Daisy girl. Say hello to everybody, Daisy. There she is. What a gorgeous girl she is. And tonight's poem, which we're swiftly moving on, is that 'twas the night before Christmas. So here we go. Written in about 1823, I believe, from America. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in a kerchief and I in my cap had just settled her brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter, Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. With the little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, O Comet, O Cupid, O Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings that turned with a jerk, and laying his fingers aside of his nose, and giving the nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Happy Christmas, everyone, from Mike and little Daisy. Good night. Happy Christmas, everyone.
There we are. What about that? That has got to be a BAFTA award-winning performance there from the star of the show, Mike Stevens and Daisy. And it's nice to see Daisy looking very content there, seeing as you revealed all the problems that she has. And, she's looking good. She's looking good. Thank you so much, Mike, for making us smile. And that's a very lovely poem there by whoever it was you said it was, in whatever year you said it was. It's one of those poems that everybody knows, but not everybody, of course. There will be some people in deepest, darkest Africa who perhaps haven't heard of it, but many people will have known that. And but often you can't put the name and the date to it. But there you are. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Now, Dean Cooper said he's going to call in. He's got the number all primed up. So, Dean, press the button. We'd love to talk to you. That would be fantastic. Haven't spoken to you for a while. And whilst you're ringing, I will just douse myself in Radian B. We've always got the Radian B here. It's a lovely aftershave, and it does work very much wonders. Under the arms like that, in the crack of the thighs, wherever you care to put it. Here we go. Dean Cooper is on the line. Hello, Dean.
Hello, Richard. Hang on, I just turn my computer down because otherwise I'm going to get...
Is there another Vobes out there gabbling too?
Yes, I'm watching him on the computer.
Yeah.
How are you, Richard?
Yeah, I'm very well. Thank you very much for your card, by the way. Did you knock on the door or just silently shove it through?
No. I went to JW Ceramics, which is just along the road from you there. And
oh, yes. I got my floor tiles from JW Ceramics in the kitchen.
He's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, they're nice in there.
David Greenwood. He's the guy who runs the shop there.
Oh, is it? I don't know his name personally. But what will you do? Buying stuff or delivering?
No, I was delivering, but he's shut for Christmas.
Oh, I see.
I could deliver there, so I came along the road. Just pulled up like I do with my big lorry.
Yes. Everybody gets out the way for your vehicle.
Well, I just dashed across the road and put the car through the door.
Oh, well, that's very kind. Sorry, I didn't. I would have come out, but I think actually I was either in the garden chopping wood or I was doing something else in the garden.
No, I don't know if you were there, but I was very quiet. I just slept it through anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. How's the family?
Everyone's all right. You all right? Say hello. Richard Vobes live on the road show. Oh, hello.
Hello. How are you, Fiona?
Hang on, let's put on loudspeaker. There we go.
Yeah, on loudspeaker now, ladies and gentlemen. You're all.
Keep my head down and getting ready for Christmas.
Oh, turn it down 'cause
Have you had the lurgy this year?
No, I've been fine so far.
Oh,
Bradley's not well, though, is he?
No, I don't know what he's got.
Who's not well? Bradley.
Bradley's
Bradley.
not well, no.
Oh dear, what's the matter with him? Has he been out on the town? Has he been kissing girls?
No, that's George. He's the one with the girls.
Oh, he must be doing something because George used to, up until about a month or so ago, used to be very good on writing comments on the Bald Explorer. He used to love all doing that, and then it stopped. And I thought, oh yes, he's at a certain age now.
He found girls.
As
Yes.
he's found women, and he's been
Yes.
corrupted.
Yeah, women and labels. He wants some night trainers, and he seems to think I'm going to buy them for him.
Oh, labels! Oh my giddy aunt! Now what? Isn't that a strange? I mean, I appreciate the audience out there. Not everybody will remember George, but perhaps some of them will. Just describe. He's very unique boy with very unique interests, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes his trains.
Likes trains.
Bicycles.
And he likes bicycles.
He's very good with his hands because he makes all these things with his dad in that amazing sort of maze of a garden they've got and sheds and things.
Yeah.
And so he's into all of that. But of course, you know, when the hormones kick in, all of that goes out the window, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And suddenly it's like, wait a minute, I've got to look cool. So is he upping? Because I mean, he would just be wearing sort of real good old mechanic scruffs, wouldn't he? Like
Oh no, not now. He's
No.
got like clean clothes and posh coats.
Oh, I think it's so funny when you see people in, you know, they go through that. It's like a metamorphosis.
Yeah, he's changing.
He's changing. He probably
Changing, yeah. He got thrown off the bus the other day, Richard, because they thought he was too old for his half hour.
Did they? They thought he was too old.
Uniform.
Yeah, he's in cool uniform.
Oh, bless. Michael White says, I've got a label. It's on my head, and it says, this way up.
Yeah, George is about, what was he, 6 foot?
Something like that.
He is,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's
quite
tall.
tall.
How old is he now?
15.
15. Yeah, it's the lovely Jeff Kellerson out there very generously bought him a camera and a laptop, didn't he?
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of the Bluebell
Yeah.
and the COVID,
They ran over it.
No,
No.
yeah, we haven't been able to take him to the train places. Everything's shut up, and he doesn't want to book a slot on the train. He wants to just go and do what he wants. He doesn't want people telling him what he can and not do.
Yeah,
so
well,
we haven't done anything.
Probably doesn't want the family around him anymore. Now he's smooth and
that's
cool and hi, my name is George.
And it's GCSEs too. He started this September.
Oh,
so
has
he's
he?
hard at it with that too.
Now
so
that's a tough old thing, isn't it? Because what is going on with the school stuff, you know? Because this year we've just had, the one we're in, that was messed up for kids, and it's going to be messed up for the next bunch, and then presumably George will be there in 2 years' time.
yes, yeah.
Hopefully, you never know with this government, they'll still be in power unless somebody's kicked them out. You know, we hope that they will be able to do it. So is he doing home learning and all of that?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen when they go back. They were supposed to go back on the 4th of January, but it looks like they'll be going back on the 11th of January and doing home learning.
Yeah, they're tearing them, aren't they? They're tearing them back.
But I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, no doubt we'll get emails nearer the time when it's time to go back to school.
Well, it just everything chops and changes every 2 minutes. I mean, in the end, I think people just can't be asked to worry about it. They just think, oh, well, you know, something's happening. I'll just carry on until somebody stops me from doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you just, you know, how can anybody be expected to keep up with all of the chops and tears and this and that and all the rest? And you just think, wait a minute, it didn't work before, so we're going to just do it again. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Well, that's interesting about George. Oh, I'm very excited now. To see his we see one of the things because you're avid. You used to come on our walks, avid walkers, and used
I'm
to.
missing the walks.
Yes, they were great, and we really want to get the Bald Explorer walking group up again. But of course, it's just not been possible. I can't wait to see young George there swaggering along in all his labels.
Don't get my boots dirty. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Coming on his because you
new boots.
his new but as he'll have a little motorbike and sidecar, won't he? Now he's charming the ladies with his.
Have you on his mountain bike, Richard?
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Does he wear Brill cream and all of that? Does he smell? I bet he smells. Like you've never smelt him before.
Well, yeah, he does when he goes out with the ladies.
That's what I mean. Because they don't know. A whole bottle of Brute 49 or whatever it was. Or is it baked beans? No, Heinz 57.
Richard,
Yeah.
can I just actually correct myself there? He might actually do the Bald Explorer walk on a unicycle.
Oh, is he learning to unicycle?
No, he can unicycle.
Oh, he can. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
He's
Oh, that's
a very clever
marvellous.
guy. I've seen him go around the garden on his mountain bike with the front wheel out.
Yeah. Oh, right. Gosh. Well, good for him. Well, it's lovely to catch up. I haven't seen you guys for so long. So many of the Bald Explorer team that the crew, that we've not seen because of this wretched situation. But we can only hope and pray that things do get better.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Julia says she's missing Fiona in the group. Bradley. We miss Bradley, of course. Is Bradley still the handful that he was?
Yes and no.
Oh,
Yes and
yeah.
no. He's lovely though, isn't he? Bradley. He's lovely.
Yeah.
He's not very well tonight, but
Oh.
yeah, he's normally full of beans, and he's getting bigger and older, obviously, and I'm sure he'll enjoy it when we get back out on the road.
Isn't it surprising? Because I imagine that, yeah, as you say, he's getting bigger. The thing that you notice more in people is when the kids, like a year is a lot. And if you don't, I mean, you're seeing him all the time, but you know what it's like. If you haven't seen somebody and their kids, and the next minute you turn around, it's a year later, and you imagine them being the same as they were, and you go, oh my God, look at you, you're another foot bigger.
There he is. Hello.
Definitely.
And your voice is broken. Has George's voice broken?
Yes.
Yes.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he can get that repaired. He seems to be very good at repairing things. And so that's all good. Well, there we are. How about that? So what are you doing for Christmas? Are you just staying in?
Well, we're staying here. George and Alfie are with their dad this year because we take it in turns. So
Yeah.
they're going up to Crowborough. My dad was supposed to be coming down here, but I don't know now. We're in tier 4 from Boxing Day night, but he's on his own, so I don't really want him to stay in Crowborough on his own.
What tier are you in now before you go to 4?
We're tier 2 at the moment.
Yeah, I don't understand. How come we're doing the same. We're going from 2 to 4. Why have we missed out 3? And I feel you've got to feel sorry though for the people on where is it? Herefordshire and Cornwall.
My brother's up there in Herefordshire.
They've all gone up to
Never passed in a beer.
Yeah, they've all gone up from tier 1 to tier 2. You've got to feel sorry for them. You really have.
Yeah, but Cornwall's the safest place to go, isn't it?
It-
Let's go and see. What's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name.
Oh, Mark Selwood.
Mark Selwood. Yeah, let's go and see Mark. Whatever.
I got this in the post the other day, yesterday, during my. It'll come up on your screen if you're still watching. I got this from Mark and Nikki in the post. They interrupted my reading show.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Massive,
Yeah,
great big poster for the bedroom. It says on here, something to think about when you go to sleep at night. Nikki and I cavorting in lust, it says. So that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like they're buried in a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's I think what they are. It's very, very nice. I don't know if Mark is actually out there watching. He says he's been very busy, but we are hoping to get down. Anyway, this does make a very lovely welcome mat. So
It does.
yeah, it does. You can wipe
Put it
your
on
feet
your
on
doorstep.
it, no end.
Oh,
I'm joking. He'll kill me. Anyway, lovely to talk to you guys.
Yeah, and you too, Richard.
Have a Merry Christmas, won't you? Look after yourself and try not to let any of this nonsense get you down.
right.
No, we won't. We
Yeah,
won't.
good man, good lady. And good Bradley and George. Oh dear, oh dear. That's all good fun. Take care, won't you?
if I have a quiet day tomorrow, Richard, I might even have a chance of popping for a cup of tea. But I've just got to find somewhere to park my lorry.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't park in Morrison's. I think that would be rammed.
yeah, Tesco's was today.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you'd be welcome. I don't think I am actually. I was thinking of going. I'd got this walk. I've had this walk lined up for the last couple of days. Just a simple thing, but I think the ground is going to be so muddy. And
it's very wet out there. We've had a lot of rain here.
Yeah, so much rain that I think I'm just going to do another. I don't like doing these indoor videos. I like to take everybody out and about, but I may go out on Christmas Day though. I may do my next edition of the Sussex Border Walk on Christmas Day when everybody's opening their presents. I can be out there. Anyway,
but don't forget to wear your Christmas hat and jumper.
Oh yes, I must do that. I've got to find my Christmas hat. Yes. Anyway, yeah, if you do pass, you're very welcome to say hello. Anyway, meanwhile, take care, everybody. Look after yourselves. And we'll catch up with you soon.
And hello to everybody on the Vobes show that's watching.
Yeah, there you go. How about that?
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, take care, Dean and Fiona.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Hope Bradley gets better soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Richard.
There we are. That's Dean Cooper and Fiona. And it's amazing what a bit of Radian B does to your... I imagine that young George is, splashing it all over. A little bit of that. It's all good fun. What else? Let's have a look at some of the comments before we move on to our next video. Glastonbury says... I can't see it. It's just at the very top. It's just... I joined Facebook... Oh, no, sorry. This is Ed Loud. I joined Facebook just to find out about the walks. Still got no idea how Facebook works. I've losing my will with Facebook. I only post my bloody videos on them and the videos in which I don't cut myself. And I've just found they've changed the thing. And since they changed the thing, it's much slower. Takes forever to load up. Must mind my language. To load up. And then when it does load up and I put a video in, it never puts the sodding, mind your language, it never puts the blasted thumbnail on. And then I have to go back and re-edit. Oh, it's a right blinking nuisance. I say it's absolute shower, isn't it? Absolute shower. So you cad. So anyway, so that was that. Glastonbury says it didn't work before because the ignorant and arrogant amongst us decided the rules don't apply to them. The SNP's leader is the latest of that bunch. What's he talking about there? Oh, the thing. Yes, well, you can blame the people, I suppose. You can blame the people. If in doubt, just blame everybody else. I don't know that that's true, really, but hey ho. Robert Croser says Jimmy Cranky. Oh, yes, up in Scotland. God, they've had such a mess. What amazes me is that it seems to be a number of Scots actually like that woman, but I just find it really bizarre. The power has gone to her mad. Station Master is talking to Ed Loud. Lovely Julia says, thanks, Nikki. I am partial to him myself. I'm not quite what they're talking about. Kerry Baldwin. Get me out of this mess. That's why he bounces like Tigger all the time. And we humans are not animals. People have done their best, says Elfwald. That's quite right. You can't blame everything on a few. Otherwise, we would blame all the things. Otherwise it would be a few people that govern us. Wait, there is just a few people that govern us. I thought we were supposed to do this all by... anyway. What else have we got? A Windrush. What are you doing in that Jerry uniform? You're an absolute bounder. Windrush, what are you doing in that Jerry uniform? You're an absolute bounder. Yes, wait a minute. Windrush. Isn't that... that's from... Don't tell me. That's from... Is that the one where he's the time and motions man? Where is Windrush with him? Is that the one? And he's doing all the work extra. Ian Carmichael, those black and white films with Terry Thomas, Ian Carmichael. There was that to me. That to me is the essence, part of the essence. I know they're sort of playing a bit upper crust side at Talk for Fellows, but that is part of the essence of England to me. I say, old chap. Terry Thomas, yes, I know, absolutely brilliant, wasn't he? Windrush. and Ian Carmichael, and of course I'm All Right Jack with Peter Sellers. That was another one. That was superb. Ed Loud says, I can't blame people for ignoring the rules that make no sense in their situation. They're sure as a number of ignorant, arrogant people who don't use the common sense. Yeah, there's always people. Why is that? I wanted to turn this heat off. There's always people that break the rules in everything. Yeah, but most people have done all these rules. I'm sorry to say, I just do not understand when we have this repeated process of, well, I tell you what, because did you hear the Prime Minister? Was it the Prime Minister or it was either the Prime Minister, I've listened to both of them, Matt Hancock or the Prime Minister. And one of them, I think it was the Prime Minister, who said, but it might have been Matt Hancock, who said in the recent press thing, he said, well, you know, we had this tier system and we know that the tier system works. And so we've now gone, it was him. And that we're now having this lot going into tier 4. And I just thought, as I was going, wait a minute, you had the tier system, and if you knew it worked, why did we then everybody go into a national lockdown in November? Because we had the tier system before. Then we went into this national lockdown because it was the tier system doesn't work. We all need to go into this lockdown. So we went into the lockdown. We came out of the lockdown. There was less people going into hospital, less all of this. It made no blind bit of difference. The Welsh one, that's an argument in its case. That made no blind bit of difference. They locked down everything. And it's still, the cases are going. They keep measuring the sodding cases. Never mind the cases. Not everybody in the cases has got it. You've got all these false positives. Never mind the cases. How many people are dying? 600 and something. 601 or something, he said, Matt Hancock said today. 601? I thought, hang on a minute. How many people die every day anyway in this time? And apparently, if you look at this time compared to last year, not many more. So, anyway, I didn't want to get onto this today. Alistair Sim. Oh, Alistair Sim. Now you're talking. Alistair Sim was a fantastic actor. That's all. One-upmanship. Oh, is that one with one-upmanship? Based on the Stephen Potter books. One-upmanship. Did you ever read any of the Stephen Potter books? They were Plaid's Placid Salute. Oh, yes. When You've Made a Mistake in the Car. I mean, these were written in the 40s, I think, Stephen Potter's books of one-upmanship and sportsmanship. Plaid's Placid Salute, my dad introduced me to these books, and they are funny. I mean, they're dated, but they are funny. And Plaid's Placid Salute was if you'd done something wrong, you put your hand up as if to say to the other person who you have wronged, oh, it's all right, old chap, I'll let you off, giving the impression that they wronged you. Oh, Plaid's Placid Salute. It's fantastic. Oh, dear, oh dear. Nutka saying us, the awakened know it's not about a virus, says Nutka Seaglass. Exactly. The Lady Killers, that's another classic. Which, I mean, of the films we're going to watch this Christmas, what films will you, if you could do your own schedule, what films would you watch? The Lady Killers, absolutely brilliant. The original, of course, with Alistair, not Alistair Sim, Alec Guinness and Peter Sellers, Herbert Lom, and all the others. Absolutely, I think wasn't Frankie Howard in the Lady Killers as a greengrocer, or am I thinking of a different film? Connor's Dark Corner says the amount of people who have died. Cause of government dumbness is removing the town of Bognor from the map. We don't need any more of this. Absolutely. It's totally thing. Mark, Make Mine Mink is a great Terry Thomas film. Make Mine Mink. Yes, I have seen that one. Passport to Pimlico. That's a great film. That's with Stanley... what's his name? Stanley, not Baxter. Stanley, who's also in the Titfield Thunderbolt. What's his name? A lovely actor. Swallows and Amazons, the original, my favourite film. I'm not very familiar with that film, actually. I read the book by Swallows Swallows and Amazons was by, oh, come on, Vobes, you know that one. Stanley Holloway. Yes, Stanley Holloway. Ah, terrific. And it's poor old Julius going, who are these people? Who's he talking about? I don't understand. I don't know any of these people. What a brilliant film. Went the Day Well. That's a great film, says Andrew Norris. Went the Day Well. Arthur Ransom. Thank you. Yes, of course, it's Arthur Ransom. Charlton Brown of the FO. There we go. Look at that. They're all coming out. Oh, yes. That was Charlton Brown of the FO was Terry Thomas, wasn't it? Local Hero from 1982. I don't know that. The 80s are not very... The 1960s black and white ones were Genevieve. That's another jolly old one. Genevieve starred, of course, Kenneth Moore. Good old Kenneth Moore. Wasn't he great? Absolutely the best. Local Hero. I don't really remember that. Whiskey Galore, Kerry Baldwin. That's, yes, Whiskey Galore, up in Scotland. That's a lovely one, isn't it? Lavender Hill Mob, of course. Linda Kane. Lavender Hill in Shoreham, LOL. Yes, the Lavender Hill Mob. Alec Guinness again. The Man in the White Suit. Remember the Man in the White Suit? That was a great one. A Miracle in Soho. I don't know that one. Hue and Cry. Oh, people are coming up with Hue and Cry. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, let's play another video. Meanwhile, all these things are making me excited for a video. Of course, the Railway Children with Bernard Cribbins and the, what was her name, who did Walkabout soon after. And then Sally Thompson, was it Sally Thompson was in it? And the younger kid whose name I don't remember. Dead of the Night, Kind Hearts and Corian, yes. Francis Bellringer says, hi Richard and followers, just thought I'd pop in to wish everyone a really Merry Christmas. Boing. Sorry I haven't been around much. Nice to catch you again. Off to ring the bells. Jenny Agutter, there we go. Jenny Agutter, fantastic, yes. And of course, Whistle Down the Wind with Hayley Mills, another classic film. That he's not Jesus, he's just a fella. Do you remember that? Superb film. Right, we're in the video box. Oh, well, we were a second ago. Let's go in there. And talking of Connor's Dark Corner, it's time to have a look at the sad little violin. Not a long video, but worth every penny. Thank you very much, Connor. Now, I've just noticed there was a horrible lump of something I trod in earlier, so I'm just going to go wipe them on the mat. I tell you, this welcome mat that was sent me, this welcome mat is lovely, I have to say. Very lovely. Just rub the dirt off it now. It's been great having this wonderful welcome mat here. In fact, Mark says, I said thanks to Mark. He said, you're welcome, Matt. Maybe he meant welcome, mate. I'm not sure, but I thought he meant it was a welcome mat. Anyway, I put it down there in front of the door just so that people come along. And actually, there he is out there. I just spotted his name a few seconds ago, and he did say something using words, which he typed onto the keyboard, but now he has vanished from all... I can't find him now. When it's funny when you want to see somebody and they just hide in the background. There he is. Says he's met the lovely Jenny Agutter, Mark's beautiful landscape. Is that true? Did you really meet her? When was it? When you were in Australia that time? Good day there, Jenny. Come with me. I'll take you a little walkabout in the Australian bush. We'll go down there and meet Marriott Genealogy in his little hut there with the possum hanging by the thing and the koala bear guarding the entrance. It could have happened like that. It could have. I didn't, but it could easily have happened. Somebody's crying. Linda Kane is crying. Oh, why are you crying, Linda Kane? Lots of crying. Thought all the men fancied Jenny Agatha. I thought she was a nice actress, but she was a bit too proper for me. It wasn't my cup of tea, to be honest with you. He can hang it above his bath taps. Oh, yes, I can put it in the bathroom. That's very true. He says, wiping your feet on my face. I meant you to use it in the bath. Oh, it's a towel, is it? I didn't realise. I will do that. Robert Croser says, Mark Selwood, irony has passed you by. Please, please, please don't change. Don't worry. He won't change until someone buys him a new set of clothes. And Nukta says, my husband likes Agatha's voice. I can't remember what she spoke like, because I don't think she said very much in Walkabout. But Bernard Cribbins, I mean, he was fantastic, wasn't he? He was another actor. He was another actor. Here is another actor for us on tonight's show, the startling Robert Croser from up north.
They come each year to stand and wait, walk in silence through the mortal gate, stand in silent huddle on sacred ground to wait for the sun to come around. Come here, some come here to wonder why, others come to face the sky, where winter's sunrise bright aligns within the ancient stone-bound signs. From darkest night by Beltane's plain, spirits gather as humans drained from walking here with ash and urn to free the spirits of the old year's turn. They gather on Long Meg's plain to gather the darkness which gave it its name, to the stones which bore the 7 suns, as Meg she slowed as her year's end runs. They timed their year by the sun's demise, 8 parts of the year could not disguise. From Imbolg to Samain they grew their corn to bring sacred gifts to the morning sun. They kneeled as the sun sank low, watched in awe at the orange glow. They slept by the stone of the 7 suns, then cleansed by the light as darkness comes. They all came as pilgrims bold to gather by Long Meg in the dark and cold, the old walk from the dark of night to Long Meg to meet the morning sunlight. Began their walk in the dark of night, approached the stones in the morning light, brightened the horizon with their morning glow. The pilgrims chanted as the sun sank low. Gathered on the plain where mortals bold came to the entrance of the spirit world. The sword of light pierced through the stone and turned the ground an orange hue. The spirits whirled and felt at home, their presence anchored by a white quartz stone. On solstice morn the spirits still leave the ancient passage of the man-made hill, stand in silence with those mortal souls, and in one bright band the sun behold. For solstice morn is a sacred time, when the people gather to chant and chime, and remember those who have gone before, as the sword of light pierces the passage once more. Thank you.
And that was I think that was Robert Croser. I'm not 100% sure. Reading something in the dark. I think a bedtime story for his son. And Linda Kane asked about the large ruler in the bed, which I assume in the bedroom there is obviously there to see how long you sleep. Always need a ruler for that sort of thing. Mark's Beautiful Landscape says, I wish they would resurrect ghost stories for Christmas on the BBC. Yes, and Jeff Kellerson says, we have a proper blizzard brewing here. It's always nice to have a blizzard beer. It's great to know that they're brewing it up there in the place you told me that you were earlier in the show, where, of course, I've now got no recollection whatsoever, but it was in Iowa or Idaho or Idaho or somewhere. I enjoy the Seventh Seal more than I thought, says the Dave of yore. So I've no idea what you were talking about there, Robert, but thank you very much for sending that in. And I think behind you, there's the light switch. Just a little tip. So that's all good. Home with Mindy says he's even got 3 of the same ones, I think. Nobody bad has happened apart from lots of footsteps off when... I'm not sure what she's saying. Something happens there. Desmoines, 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 Des de Milner. Des de Milner? Des de Melzer. De Melzer. That she was in de Melzer. She was in what's his name? Not Heathcliff, the other one. I read all his book, Winston Graham novels. Poldark, thank you. Poldark, yes. Beautiful Landscape says, thank you, Robert, for the reading. Very omnipresent. Yeah, Poldark, there we are. Rammy Boo's out there. Hello, Rammy Boo. Nice to see you, Lisa. Yes, Merry Christmas, Rammy Boo. All the season's blessings. Julia says, Jeff, fancy calling in? Yes, if you've got nothing to do, give us a tinkle. The number is on the screen now. 07934746790 is the number. Do say hello and give us a tinkle. You must try that again. Sometime, says Robert Crowe. What do you? I don't think you sent me what it was called. You may have done, but I have no idea what it was. And Barry Hughes, Connor has The Crying Girl as well as If I Both They Meant to Behave. And yeah. Anyway, on safer ground, anybody thought of any more interesting films, those old black and white films to be watching over the Christmas period? 07934746790 is the number. Long Meg. Oh, good old Long Meg. We went to Long Meg, didn't we? That was one of those big... Here we go. There's a caller on the phone. Let's find out who it is. Hello to you, caller on the phone.
Hello, Mr. Vobes. It's Jeff.
Hello, Mr. Jeff. It's Vobes. How are you?
I'm well. Yeah, we got a proper blizzard going here.
A proper blizzard. So are you driving in it or are you sheltering at the moment?
No, I'm done for the day. I actually have a load I'm picking up in the morning, and I am taking it home, but I don't think I'll be going by the house.
Is it farm chemicals?
Actually, I think it's liquid fertilizer. Actually.
There you go. Do you see? I'm psychic or psychotic. One of the three. Liquid fertilizer. Always nice to have a big crate of liquid fertilizer in the boot, because you never know. Because if ever you get stranded, you could grow your own.
Yep, just never know.
And I understand little Pete is coming over to the UK.
Pete is coming to the UK, and he is very excited.
I bet he is. Just explain who Pete is for the viewers who may not be familiar.
Pete is the sock monkey that rides with me.
The sock monkey, yes. And where is he going? Has he got an itinerary?
I am actually. He is going to. He's going to go to Glastonbury, and then I'm sure that there will be a side trip to Worthing, and he's. We're looking forward to riding in the buggy with JoJo, and he's going to make a few other stops in the UK before he comes back.
Oh, how lovely. How lovely is that? And of course, there must be some photo or video evidence of that, and maybe he can tell his tale.
Last night he told me he really wanted to be on the Vobes show, so,
Well, there's always space, because when Julia's not here, but even when she is, there's always space. And do you know what? I can, using special magic powers that I have, I can create a special camera position for him to be in. So, so if he comes on the Vogue show, he'll have a privileged position. And, of course, I'll have to blindfold him so that otherwise he'll learn all the tips and tricks of how it's all done and start telling the world. And, this is magic. This ramshackle of a studio and the Heath Robinson nature of it, I don't want that to divulge because I'll have to tell him that it's a lot smoother. It's a smooth operation.
He's had all his shots, so as soon as the backlog of parcels gets taken care of after the holidays, he's going to be winging it out of here.
So now tell me, will he have to be in quarantine for 14 days?
You know what? The last I read, sock monkeys were exempt.
Oh.
So I think he'll be okay.
Oh, fantastic. That's so lucky. That's so lucky because obviously, if he's quarantined in a box with holes in and we've just got to feed him through the top, that would be a bit tricky because, he'd just hear all the nonsense and he'd want to be part of it.
Yeah, he's got to be involved in everything. So it's he can be a handful at times.
Can he? Don't worry because I'm sure that little Joe will keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, he'll come back with his arms pulled off, I'm sure.
I hope not. But don't worry because I believe Joe's grandmother is a very good surgeon. Apparently she's very good with a needle. And if not, Mary Hammond is great with a larger knitting needle. And one way or another, if anything happens to him, we'll make sure that the hospital treatment is there for him.
Yeah.
Bless his socks. So are you finished now for Christmas, Jeff?
You know what? I was under strict orders with all of the stuff going on and everything that nobody in my family, we're not even thinking about Christmas this year. There's so much stuff going on. For those viewers of yours who don't know, I just did a 5-day stint in the hospital, so I'm still kind of recovering a little bit.
You did, yeah. We were very worried about you. You sent me an email which sounded very disturbing, and I didn't sleep for a while thinking about poor old you, and I got in touch with Glastonbury, and we were debating what to put on the headstone. But actually, as it turned out, there you are, resilient as anything, and it's great news that you're bouncing back to health.
It's a slow process, but I do feel much better.
So yeah, so you are taking it easy.
I thought I was, but I've made 2 trips to Chicago. So
oh my God, Jeff, what is? You're as bad as me. You're as bad as me. You don't stop.
Yeah, I don't know if that's but anyway.
Well,
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody and season's greetings, and I hope for a better year for everybody.
Yes, oh yes.
And, I think about everybody over there all the time, and I wish everyone all of the best for the new year, and I will say goodbye.
Well, Jeff, just know that we value you on the show. It's lovely having you here, and you've been a great asset to the show, and you know how generous you've been to me, and I appreciate that very much. And I know the audience appreciate it because they're getting the results of all of that. So we wish you a very Merry Christmas. And not only you, of course you, but the 2 lovely ladies in your life, your sister and your boss.
Oh, yes. Stacy, she was actually in tears when the ambulance hauled me off. I was quite touched.
Yeah, no, it was a very worrying time, but I'm glad that you're on the positive side of it now, and that's all good. So have a good Christmas. Look after yourself. Try and take it easy. Look after little Pete, and we look forward to receiving him once he's been round the tour and all of that with good old Gabriel. But don't let Gabriel take him. Don't let Gabriel take him anywhere near a shook. Otherwise, before you know it, he'll be turned into something else.
No, we can't have that.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
Gabriel promised me that he guaranteed a safe return. So actually, he said he was going to hold him hostage till I came over and got him. Actually.
Oh dear. Well, you won't have any of that trouble here. Anyway, lovely to talk to you.
Merry Christmas, all.
Yeah,
and,
Merry Christmas.
I will talk to everybody in the new year.
Top man. Look after yourself. Take it easy.
Bye, all.
Bye. There we go. The lovely Jeff Kellerson, who was had a very frightening time a few days ago. We didn't tell everybody because, specifically, he didn't want everybody to know. But it was a bit hit and miss for a while. Anyway, hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high.
La la.
All across the land
Wow.
dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when the Vobes was born.
Oh, when the Vobes was born. Yeah, that's true. Sean James Cameron.
From London.
From London, of course. From London. Tier. You see, now you should say, what tier are you going to be in?
Tier 4.
Tier 4. From London, Tier 4.
There were plenty of tears this afternoon. I went down the shop. You could swear people have never seen a carrot before.
Really?
They were flying off the shelves and flying down the aisles as well in some regards.
But that is Christmas, though. I mean, I leapt out of bed this morning, having had a bit of a light, because I woke up in the middle of the night last night. So I got up and I did my uploads and stuff a bit early.
Did you watch a video? Did you give it a thumbs down? And did you go back to bed again?
No, I didn't do that. Not like one of my viewers did. Got up, didn't like the show, so put a thumbs down, but told me I didn't like it, so I gave you a thumbs down. Like, don't tell me. What is that supposed to make me feel? Anyway, I got up in the night, and Lisa suddenly commented, Rami Boo said, "Here, you're up early." I said, "Yeah, I couldn't sleep." It's funny like that, isn't it? You've got this whole gang of people all over the world. As soon as you do, and you switch the computer on, what are you how did you know? Oh, well, we saw you online, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so and because I went shopping at 8 o'clock this morning, forgetting that Morrison's opens, I think, probably at 6 at the moment. I don't know. So to get the people in. And at 8 o'clock, it was not too busy on the tills, but round the aisles, there were people grabbing every last carrot and Brussels sprout.
Where did I go? Lidl are selling off their veg for only 19p a bag.
19p?
19p. Carrots, Brussels sprout, everything you can think of for Christmas Day dinner, 19p each. So
what's in it?
I bought a few more than I needed, and I've chopped them up and I've put them in the freezer.
But wait a minute, hang on a minute. Sean James Cameron from London, Tier 3.
4.
4. 4. Why are you not picking your own stuff?
I did. I picked it. I ate it. And then I needed more.
I am reading this amazing book that Linda Kane gave me called English Pastoral, and there's a bit. It's about this young chap who.
I like a pastor.
Yeah, he eats all the pies. And there's a bit about this young chap who's brought up on a farm in the 1980s, and his grandfather, who was around in the 50s really, is sort of on his last legs, and he's taking him around the farm and training him up. And at first it's sort of unwillingly, and until the boy, as he gets into his teens, becomes to actually enjoy farming and what have you. But it's the old traditional style of farming. And the boy's father, the son of the grandfather, obviously, is sort of cut between wanting to be a modern farmer and wanting to be in the old ways. But the wife of the father goes to one of the early supermarkets in the 1980s and says exactly, which is strange because it's almost the same price, 19p or something like that. And she comes back and she says, "I bought these carrots." Or potatoes, whatever they were, at 19p or 9p or something like that, and the father has been out there in the farm bit where they grow food for the farmer, for the house, for themselves, and he's been struggling with these potatoes, and they're all a bit manky and mangy, and he's like, "Well, we can grow our own. Why are you buying stuff from the supermarket?" And she said, "Well, these are 9p, they're 10p for them, and 50p for those," and it's got to that point where pride and doing stuff himself goes out the window and says, "Sod it, we can't grow it for that," and he goes over to it. So I mean, it's incredible. But
Do you remember a few years ago when you were only allowed to buy 6 loaves of bread because the bread was something like ridiculous, 8p a loaf, and people were going in and buying loads of it, and then they had to put a restriction on because people were literally going in buying 20 loaves.
Yes.
So they put a restriction that you could only have, I think it could be 4 or 6. But you could go back 2 or 3 times a day.
And so they wouldn't know.
No.
Who is it? Somebody just said, 19p a bag, says Nootka, poor farmers. Yeah. And Linda Kane says, how much does the farmers get for a bag? I mean, what are we talking about? A kilogram bag or half a kilo or something?
Kilo bag, I think it was.
Kilo bag. And what do you get in a kilo bag? About 12 average sized little puny carrots, something like that?
Yeah, they are a bit thinner than normal, so I think these are probably the ones that would have been thrown away.
Oh, right.
They've decided to bag everything up.
Yeah, and sell it quick.
And just sell them.
Yeah, I mean, they must be, I guess, the supermarkets now have probably cottoned on to the way the government works, and they're probably sitting there going, "Oh, I hope at the next thing they say, don't panic buy. Please say don't panic buy." Because they know that everybody will come in and just buy everything. Because
people have been putting pictures up on social media of my district saying, "Look at the queue for the local butchers. It's down the street, around the corner, and then up the other street." So that causes panic. But what they do, it happens every year because the butchers close down on Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. So you put your order in, and you would go today to collect.
Yes.
So there were people collecting their orders.
Oh, yes. Nobody's panic buying. They're just collecting their orders. And of course, social media.
That started at 5 this morning, and it finished at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And the average wait was about 2.5 hours in this queue.
Oh, it's just bonkers, isn't it? Nootka says, this is what's wrong in society. Food is being undervalued. Absolutely right. Vincent Quill says, Asda had so many veggies left over last year, they were giving away pallets of them. And yeah, I bet they'll be doing the same.
The cost of seed has gone up.
Has it? Oh, yes.
A lot of people. I was talking to a seed merchant yesterday, and what they would normally sell in February, March and April, they already sold in November and December. And that's just panic buying because there's a rumour going around, once January the 1st comes, there'll be no seeds. We can't get seeds then.
And am I right in thinking that there are only something like 3 or 4 seed sellers, people who, large, big corporations that sell seeds? So you can't just get seeds anywhere.
If you do a sort of family tree, it will come down to about 3 of them. And even some of the big people that you would think are doing their own seed, they aren't. they're just buying it from another company. And I went to a seed merchant years ago, and I said, "Oh, I can see you're doing the seeds for the duchy for Prince Charles." I said, "What's the difference between those seeds and the seeds that you put into your own packets?" And he said, "Oh, about £3.50." They were the same ones, just being priced.
Yeah. So it's all marketing, isn't it? Station Master's Choice says, a friend of mine used to have a market stall selling sweets, chocolates, biscuits, etc. People used to walk away saying they were not going to pay him £1 when they could get it for 99p in Tesco's. It's a beggar's belief, really. Tesco's 2.5 kilogram spuds says at home with Mindy, Christmas promo 19p.
So I don't know what happened. I went in to get I thought I'll go in and I'll get some of this cheap veg, and I'll freeze it. Okay, I bought a bottle of champagne.
Sorry. Hello? And we will not hear the end of that story because suddenly the phone... Wait a minute. Hello?
I'm not sure what happened then.
We got to
I'll
champagne.
very quickly.
Yeah.
So I went in for a few bags at 19p.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought a bottle of champagne. Somehow I came out spending £50.
That's it. You see, these are lost leaders, aren't they? They get you in, and once you're in there, you're buying all sorts of stuff.
But just in case...
Call ended. And it's either something wrong with your phone or with mine. I'm so sorry. I wonder if he'll ring back the third time and just spit out the last part of that story. I went into Morrison's, the supermarket, this morning, and I did my Christmas shopping. I'm afraid to say I haven't got a bird. I just went for a piece of beef, which I will have with my son and his girlfriend. I have some potatoes. I got some parsnips and some carrots and an onion. And I've got gravy at home. I didn't buy any mince pies. I didn't buy any crisps. I didn't buy nuts. I bought milk. That's my Christmas. I'm not... I don't know why I've got my headphones on. Really. I'm not somebody that will go in and go, oh, must have this, must have that, must have this, must have that, must have this, must have that, must... Oh, I bought a tin of baked beans. In fact, I bought 2 tins of baked beans, now I remember it. And one of them was dented, and I looked at it as I was going through the self-scanning thing, and only one would take cash, because they're trying to push you all onto a cashless society. Only one would take... cash, and this one was dented, and I thought, oh well, I'm sure the beans will be all right in it, I'll have it anyway. And I was scanning it like this, no blooming barcode on it. I thought, oh, for goodness sake, no. The other one had a barcode on, and I said to them, well, look, this has got no, but not only is it dented, it hasn't got a barcode. And she said, oh well, that's from a packet of 4, they're not supposed to be separated. I said, well, I picked it up off the shelf. She said, oh well, do you want to know? I said, no, I'll leave it then, because only it's dented, it doesn't really matter. So I came away. So now my Christmas, I have for my Christmas, whatever, emergency meal is baked beans, but I do have something else. £49 was for the champagne, says Station Master's Choice. Champagne. Golly. Dean Cooper says, nothing wrong with a bit of cow beef. No, exactly. It's a small joint, but enough for 3 of us, and it'll make a meal. And I've got leftovers to last me until Christmas Day, so I'm okay. Last year, I was really impressed with the feast that you put on for you and your son, Richard. Yes, we did quite well last year, actually. Very often I do a Mexican on Christmas Eve. Actually, I've done that a few years running. A dog's favourite code, a bark code. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have overrun. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for the phone calls. Thank you for calling in. Now, just to let you know, there is no show tomorrow, but Christmas Day, there will be a show at 8 o'clock. Also, I am thinking, I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. It might be New Year's Eve now. I may do a reading or an interpretation, because it's quite complicated, of one of Philip Mercer's stories live. I might do it live. Thinking about that for New Year's Eve. I was going to do it on Christmas Day, but actually I might be out filming Christmas Day in the morning. So I may do a live storytelling, not quite sure what time, on New Year's Eve. That could be quite funny. Asda isn't opening on Boxing Day, says Robert Croser. Supermarkets open on Boxing Day. Poor shop workers. Yes, I mean, I should probably nip in on Boxing Day and get myself a couple of eggs and make an omelette or something. So something like that. Sprouts here are £2, 2 pence a pound, says Anthony Hartley. Excuse me. Nigel Sadler, Brussels sprouts, 35 pence a bag in Sainsbury's. Looking forward to the Vobes Christmas show, says Nuke Seaglass. Thank you very much. And ethical consumerism is still consumerism, says Vincent Hill. I guess it is. But, you know, people have got to buy stuff, haven't they? And if you don't, but particularly now at the moment, it is very important that we buy things if we have any money to buy things with, because we need to keep the economy going because so many people have been furloughed. And I don't really have a problem with commercialism at Christmas time because people don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Rami Boo says it'll soon be noon here on Friday and it'll be with my family. Then I'll wish you all a very Merry Christmas now. Merry Christmas. And that's a good place to stop. Thank you very much for all the lovely videos. It's been great. I think we got through them all. I'll just double check. Mike Stevens, Nikki, Connor, Mr. Croser and Gabriel. Yes, we got through them all. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for Judith and for Julia. There will be a Christmas show of some sort. No idea what I'm doing, really. Running around as ever. Thank you for doing everything that you've done and everybody behind the scenes, and for Eric, who's been holding the fort. Now the fort can fall down, which is grand. Okie dokie, take care one and all. Look after yourself. Have a good time tomorrow and Christmas Eve. Wrap up all those presents, and I'll see you on Christmas Day for another Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie. Till then, take care and bye-bye. Bye-bye.